What if I told you that every time you walk through those sliding glass doors, you're not just a customer, you're a target in a multi-billion-dollar psychological experiment? The modern supermarket isn't a pantry, it's a high-stakes casino where the house always wins, and the jackpot is just a slightly less moldy strawberry. We like to think we're in control, making rational decisions based on hunger and budget. In reality, we're wandering through a labyrinth of convenience taxes, health washing, and literal wood pulp disguised as gourmet cheddar. The industry spends a fortune studying your eye movements and walking speed just to make sure you pay a premium for illusions. To save your wallet and your sanity, you need to see the matrix. Here are the 8 grocery items that are a total scam. First up, sitting right at the entrance to distract you with its fresh vibes, pre-cut fruits and vegetables. We've all been there. You see a plastic tub of diced pineapple or a bag of zipper onions and think, yes, my time is worth more than this. But is it really? The markup on pre-cut produce frequently hits 300 to 500%. You are essentially paying a laziness tax that would make a loan shark blush. A single bell pepper that costs pennies is suddenly $5 because someone else held the knife for 30 seconds. But here's the kicker. The moment you cut a fruit, it starts dying, rapidly. Vitamin C begins to evaporate, and the flavor starts its downward spiral into bland mush territory. By the time you buy that fruit cup, it's been sweating in its own juices for days, losing nutrients every hour. You're paying 5-star prices for a 1-star product that spoils faster and comes wrapped in enough plastic to choke a sea turtle. Pro tip: buy a sharp knife. It's a one-time investment that pays for itself in about 3 pineapples. Next, we move to the cereal aisle, the holy land of health washing. This is scam number 2. You see a box with a rustic wooden spoon and a heart-healthy stamp, and you think you're being a responsible adult. You're not. You're buying a box of dessert disguised as a productive morning. Many of these healthy cereals have more sugar per gram than a standard glazed donut. The industry strips away the fiber, pumps the grains full of high-fructose corn syrup, and then fortifies them with cheap laboratory vitamins just so they can legally claim it's part of a balanced breakfast. It's cardboard-grade corn sold at luxury margins, designed to give you a massive insulin spike by 9 a.m. If the box has a cartoon mascot or a picture of a wheat field, check the back. If sugar is in the top 3 ingredients, you're just eating candy in a bowl of cold milk. Before we expose the next one, let's do a quick reality check. If you're enjoying this deep dive into the grocery store's dirty little secrets, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button right now. It's the only way to make sure you stay smarter than the marketing department. Done? Awesome. Let's get back to the robbery. Scam number 3 is a tiny foil packet that thinks it's worth $2. The individual seasoning mix. Whether it's taco seasoning or pot roast magic, these packets are a masterclass in high-margin retail. Flip one over and read the ingredients. It's almost entirely salt, cornstarch, and sugar. The actual magic, the cumin, the garlic powder, the paprika, is a tiny fraction of the weight. You are literally buying salt at the price of gold. A basic spice rack with 5 jars can recreate almost any packet in existence for about 3 cents per meal. The industry is betting that you're too intimidated to measure out a teaspoon of chili powder yourself. Don't fall for it. You're a chef, not a victim of the taco kit industrial complex. Buy in bulk and keep the change. Then we have the undisputed heavyweight champion of scams, bottled water. This is the 4th item on our list and arguably the most successful marketing heist in human history. In most developed countries, tap water is more strictly tested and regulated than the bottled stuff. Yet, we've been convinced that mountain spring water in a plastic bottle is somehow superior. The markup on bottled water is roughly 4,000%. If we marked up a burger like that, you'd be paying $40,000 for a Big Mac. You aren't paying for the water, you're paying for the plastic, the shipping, and the salary of the guy who decided to put a picture of a glacier on the label. Buy a reusable bottle and a filter. Your bank account and the ocean will thank you. 5th on the list, pre-shredded cheese. It's easy, it's convenient, and it's full of wood. Yes, really. To keep those tiny cheese shreds from clumping into a giant ball of dairy glue, manufacturers coat them in powdered cellulose, which is refined wood pulp. While it's safe to eat, it's a non-dairy filler that you're paying for by the pound. This wood pulp is also why pre-shredded cheese doesn't melt properly. If your mac and cheese is grainy or your pizza toppings look plastic, blame the cellulose. You're paying a premium for cheese that's been diluted and ruined. Grab a block of real cheese and a grater. It takes 60 seconds, tastes better, and contains 0% of a tree. Scam number 6 is the single-serve portion pack. Tiny yogurt cups, snack-sized bags of pretzels, or those adorable mini hummus containers. This is the packaging tax in action. When you buy these, you're often paying double or triple the price per ounce compared to the larger container sitting right next to it. The store is charging you for the labor of putting food into smaller bags. That's a job you can do yourself in a minute with some Tupperware. These packs aren't about portion control, they're about margin expansion. They want you to pay more for less, all while creating a mountain of unnecessary plastic waste. Buy the big tub, scoop it out yourself, and spend that saved money on something that actually matters. Seventh, we have the insecure sibling of the food world, light and low-fat products. This scam preys on our diet culture trauma. When you take the fat out of peanut butter or salad dressing, it tastes like wet cardboard. So what do? They pump it full of salt, sugar, and thickeners like guar gum to make it palatable again. The result is a product that is often higher in calories and sugar than the full-fat version it's trying to replace. Because fat is what makes you feel full, these light versions leave your brain screaming for more, usually leading to overeating anyway. You're paying extra for a chemically altered, less satisfying version of food. Stick to the real thing, eat a little less of it, and save your money. Finally, we have the Premium House brand. You know the one? It has a matte black label. Fancy. Cursive font and words like artisan or private selection. It looks like it belongs in a 5-star pantry, and it costs 20% more than the regular store brand. But here's a secret. Look at the manufacturer's code on the back. Half the time, the premium version and the budget version come from the exact same factory using the exact same ingredients. The only thing premium about it is the ink on the packaging. They're tapping into your ego, betting that you'll pay extra just to feel like a connoisseur in the pasta aisle. Check the labels. If the ingredients are the same, don't pay for the fancy font. The modern supermarket is a minefield of invisible costs and psychological traps. It preys on the tired, the hurried, and anyone who's been taught to value the feeling of convenience over the reality of what's in their cart. But once you see the patterns, the power shifts back to you. You don't need a mountain of coupons to save money. You just need to stop buying the scams that have been normalized as essential. Awareness is the only real defense in a world designed to drain your wallet. If you're ready to stop being a consumer and start being a savvy shopper, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button for more reality checks. Smash the like button if you're officially done with wood pulp cheese, and drop a comment below. Which of these scams did you fall for most recently?